From Vladivostok, Russia, President Vladimir Putin has once again made clear Moscow's red lines in the ongoing war in Ukraine. Standing before cameras on September 5, 2025, he issued a warning that could escalate already tense relations between Russia and the West. His remarks came just a day after Kyiv's Western partners floated the possibility of committing troops to Ukraine in the framework of a future peace arrangement. Putin wasted no time in addressing the development, framing it as a direct provocation and a justification for Russia's continued military posture. He did so in his usual tone, measured but unmistakably firm, while reminding the world of the consequences of such a move. Vladimir Putin said, as for possible military contingent in Ukraine, this is one of the root causes of Ukraine's involvement in NATO. Therefore, if some troops appear there, especially now during the fighting, we proceed from the premise that they will be legitimate targets. The Russian leader's words underscored the Kremlin's long-standing narrative that NATO's presence in Ukraine represents not only interference, but also an existential threat to Russia's security. By repeating this line in Vladivostok, Putin reinforced his stance that Moscow is prepared to act militarily against any Western deployment, regardless of the framing or intention. The timing of the warning was deliberate. It followed statements from Western capitals indicating that allies were considering sending contingents into Ukraine, not necessarily for combat, but as part of a long-term stabilization and security guarantee once a peace settlement is reached. For Russia, however, the nuance hardly matters. The presence of foreign troops, Putin argued, would place them in the same category as combatants already engaged in the war. In Moscow's view, such a move risks transforming the Ukraine conflict into a direct confrontation between Russia and NATO. Western officials have often tried to downplay that scenario, suggesting deployments would be limited, defensive, or contingent on a ceasefire. Yet Putin's rhetoric leaves little doubt that the Kremlin will see any boots on the ground as hostile. By labeling Western troops legitimate targets, Putin signaled more than just a military stance. He sought to deter allies from crossing what Russia considers a red line. The word choice was intentional, grounded in the language of international law and the logic of battlefield realities. In his eyes, any soldier fighting in or stationed within Ukraine, regardless of flag, becomes part of the war effort.